The Michigan Wolverines, ranked third in the national polls and picked by their peers as the team likely to win the Big Ten Conference, against the UCLA Bruins of the Pac-10, already one of the surprise teams to many in the country after beating Alabama. Both teams have won their first two games. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to college football on ABC Sports. The question has been whirling around all week as whether or not Michigan starting quarterback Drew Henson has recovered sufficiently from a broken bone in his right foot and could play today. Michigan coach Lloyd Carr answers the question.
We practiced a little bit this past week, Keith, and I would hope that he'll be ready to go next week. But he is, based on his practice, and the doctors feel another week will do him good, so he won't play.
And neither will Corey Paws, the starting quarterback for UCLA, down with a separated shoulder, which means, Tim Brandt, backup quarterbacks have got to saddle up again.
Well, and we'll get an indication early how this game goes, how those quarterbacks respond, because they are going to try to force both to throw. Now, John Navarre has been spectacular the first couple of weeks for Michigan. As a matter of fact, he leads this nation in passing efficiency. He has been sharp. Ryan McCann came in for Paws against Alabama. He was terrific. But last week against Fresno State, he was not terrific, and they yanked him. How he responds is going to be critical as well. Michigan has some awfully talented receivers. Take a look at this. Bellamy, he is a great leaper. And then you've got David Terrell, who's 6'3", going against smaller cornerbacks. And Marquise Walker, he too is a great receiver, 6'3", going against guys like 5'9", Ricky Manning. But UCLA has him as well. Freddie Mitchell, extremely talented at wide receiver, well over 6 feet. And Brian Paula Dixon, he is 6'5", and folks, he can play this game.
For perspective, the Wolverines played in the very first Rose Bowl game here in 1902. They beat Stanford. They'd like very much to come back right after Christmas Day 2000. Times Michigan has won 8 of those games on a 100-degree day at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Here's Todd Harris from the field.
Thank you, Keith. The bottom line is it is extremely hot here down on the field of the Rose Bowl. Temperature right around 103 degrees, and they say the temperature could go even higher by halftime. I talked with the trainers from both schools. They agree the key is keeping the kids hydrated and free of cramps. If the cramps come, they're going to have to resort to using IVs to get the fluids back into them. Speaking of fluids, these kids are going to lose between 8 and 10 pounds of water over the course of the game. So that spells a lot of Gatorade, a lot of time in the cool zone. And speaking of cool, the temperature right now in Ann Arbor, Michigan, a very comfortable 63 degrees. Back to you.
And I mean, it's just terribly bright. You look up into it, you just lose everything. John Navarre comes out as the starting quarterback for the Michigan Wolverines. He has been quite a story. This 6'6", 240-pound redshirt freshman leads Division 1A in pass efficiency. But he probably hasn't been tested quite like he will be tested today. The chilly starting lineup for Michigan. The backfield is deep for the Wolverines, 5 deep at tailback, and that's very important. Terrell and Walker, big outside receivers. The offensive front for the Wolverines, senior tackle Jeff Backus making his 40th consecutive start. Backus, Hutchinson, Grant Williams all lettering 4 straight years. So far, so good for the Bruin defense. This is the group that will have back today for more action the veteran tackle Ken Coker. He's a good one, but the people up front, Fletcher and Leslie particularly, have played very well. Tony White at linebacker, sore shoulder. Ryan Neese, a sore shoulder. They're gamers, though, and Lloyd Carr thinks that Robert Thomas is of All-American quality. There's your secondary. Marcus Anderson has been terrific in the secondary so far for the Bruins. First pass of the ball game for Navarre, and it is thrown into the ground. There was pressure on him, and coming through was Marcus Anderson. And number 7 put him on his britches. 3 and out for the Michigan Wolverines in their first possession, with Epstein doing the punting. He comes from Cardiff down the road in California. Ricky Manning has it back at the 35, gets around the corner. He's got a wall. He's gone. He is gone, but there is a penalty flag back at the 45-yard line. There is a penalty flag back at the 45. I think this one comes back. The referee today is Gordon Reese. The umpire is Walt Wolf. Linesman is Jim Rennie. The line judge, Roger McMinn. Field judge, Matt Gilchrist. Side judge, Ben Pope. And Gary LaFour is the back judge. 61-yard return. They actually got him just short of the goal line.
10 yards to spot down.
Well, Fletcher backed off his. It couldn't have been him. Watch 43 there. That's Dave Ball. Dave Ball just with a little push in the back. That's what they flagged.
Having been pulled at halftime in the game against Fresno State, Michigan jumps all over Deshaun Foster, and he's going to lose 2 yards on the play. The starting lineup for UCLA, backs and receivers are healthy, and for UCLA, that's a revelation. Taller wide receiver Brian Poley-Dixon back at full speed. Offensive front, big people along the front, really a key because you know Michigan is going to be coming today. You just saw it. 8-man box. They're going to put the burden of the offense. Goes back to Foster. He's searching for a crack. Found a little bit and gets it out to the 37-yard line before Victor Hobson brings him down. The front along the Michigan defense has been rebuilt and hasn't been tested as yet. Senior co-captain Eric Wilson looking for his 70th tackle today in his career. Linebackers, inside backer Larry Foote leads the team in tackles. And in the secondary, the cornerbacks in Michigan always get a lot of tackles. James Whitley is just 9 short of 150 in his career.
First passing down from McCann.
He's out of the shotgun. Good protection to the sidelines. He threw a sailor and went over a wide open Brian Poley-Dixon's head.
Boy, Poley-Dixon's upset.
First time in his career. Navarre turns and gives the ball away to Anthony Thomas. And Thomas is hit hard by Ricky Manning, but he's up to about the 28-yard line. The Michigan Wolverines, here's Coach Lloyd Carr.
The team that does the best job stopping the running game has the best chance to win. Because I think both teams feel like their running games are strong.
Determined to run it. They go back to Thomas again. Now it's just Askew. B.J. Askew is a converted tailback. And it's a first down at the 35-yard line for Michigan. They try to run the ball to the right side with Anthony Thomas. And Marcus Anderson nailed him. The ball came out, and UCLA's got it.
Caused of incompletion with the blitz. He's come hard here on the perimeter, and watch the contact. He makes helmet-to-helmet contact. The ball is loose right now before he hits the ball, and the Bruins are all over it. So give 2 big pluses for Marcus Anderson, who caused an interception, almost had the sack or an incompletion, and now the fumble.
So from the Michigan 35-yard line, it's fumble. Michigan's got it. Deshaun Foster lost the football, and the Wolverines' Julius Curry covered it. And so we're swapping fumbles.
Making each other feel the pain early. Look at the contact on Foster. And the ball comes out immediately. It was like he didn't have a good hand on it, and as soon as he got that good lick, it squeezed out.
Remember, it's over 100 degrees on the field, and you're going to get pretty wet and soggy as the day goes along. 34-yard line. Navarre back, gets the pass away, and it is incomplete. It was on the hands of Marquise Walker. They got some pressure in his face, but he hung in there, and he's a big guy at 6'6", 240, and he sort of wheeled it sidearm to the sidelines, and the pass is completed to Marquise Walker.
He's a cool customer in there. He waited. They did not come with the blitz. He's gotten. He just sits. He waits, and you see Hunter now sitting off. Ball's well thrown. And
now it moved a bit. Navarre back, gets it to the sidelines again, and this one is badly overthrown. There was double coverage over there on Marquise Walker, and John may have done exactly what he wanted to do. Get rid of it, don't give it up. To receive the punt, this time rather than Ricky Manning. Hot day. You got to save as much as you can. That snap was low, but it's handled by Epstein, and Freddie Mitchell is taken down right at about the spot where he caught the ball. Here are the Bruins now in be careful country. From the 7-yard line, McCann looking to pass. Got a lot of protection, but downfield everybody's covered. He pulls it down, throws it away. He lost the football as he was going to the sidelines, and there's a penalty flag thrown on the sideline.
You're exactly right.
But they're going to call it. illegal forward pass game against him. It is 3rd down and 14 now. McCann out of the end zone. Passes away and almost picked off. The only man who really had a chance to catch it was James Whitley, and he couldn't. Position. Coming up for Michigan right here if he handles the ball. That's a great kick. I mean, that's huge. It runs him all the way back inside the 25-yard line. It's going to roll dead at the 23-yard line of Michigan. An enormous punt out of the back of the end zone by Nate Fixie. A 75-yard net punt. 23-yard line. And the Wolverines now come out. Obviously, you have to be a little stunned at how far he gets that ball. Here comes the pressure, but he sets up a screen pass, and he's got some room for it. The pursuit will bring down Anthony Thomas up at the 32-yard line. 2nd down and 1 for the Wolverines. They go inside looking for it with B.J. Askew, and it is close. Down and still 1. They've got the 1st down and then some. Anthony Thomas is gone. No flags behind him. They blew a hole for him. The linebackers were caught. The safeties were out of position. And Anthony Thomas goes 68 yards for a touchdown.
Payoff for UCLA.
The point. Missed it. They missed the extra point.
Boy, UCLA cheated up everybody they had to that line of scrimmage. They knew they were going to run and still couldn't stop it. And there was nobody back there in the safety position because they were cheated up in what they like to call thunder and lightning. They had them up there as linebackers. Boy, once he's back there, too, he's got great speed for a big guy. He's 6'2", 225, but he can flat out fly.
At the top of the picture, and McCann back, looks right at him, throws it to him. He shakes one. And got an extra 3 or 4 yards out of the play.
He's got to go through the progression and throw on time, and that's what Bob Toledo's talking about. It was not done last week. It's his 3rd position. He's played middle linebacker, quarterback, and fullback. So
now they go to 3rd and 11. Here comes the nickel package in for the Wolverines because they anticipate pass. Pressure coming from the backside. Better hurry. He gets it off. It's caught on the sidelines by Dubrovac. And when Dubrovac comes to the ground, it's an incomplete forward pass. Whose decision?
he was fighting to play today.
Yeah. 3rd down and 7. Navarre's pass thrown quickly to David Terrell, and he's going to have the 1st down at the 45-yard line. 3rd and 11. Pressure. Stepped away from the blitz. Throws it deep. And it is incomplete. David Terrell went as high as he could. Again, it was Marcus Anderson, the man that was going downhill at the Michigan quarterback. Others across the years of the great players. They're all reflected in that book. And the ball is fumbled forward and recovered by the UCLA Bruins. Deshaun Foster.
This time there was no contact either. He's hitting himself saying, my bad. Watch this. All right, here he comes. Ball's already loose. Nobody touches him, but he gets it back. So he's put the ball on the ground twice. He's gotten one back. He lost one.
Picked up 6 yards on the bouncing fumble, and Jermaine Lewis replaces him at tailback for UCLA. McCann throws quickly, got it away. Pass completed to Uranius Stensbury out of the backfield, and the Bruin fullback will give UCLA a 1st down with so many of them. Big players, and they hit hard. You want to get some kind of a call here on that play, I would think. Ball is thrown upfield to Brian Fletcher, the tight end. You've got a penalty flag on both sides of the field. Either Michigan was offsides or one of the Bruins moved. If it's against Michigan, they'll take the play.
And I think it will be. It looked like they jumped on the count, tried to anticipate it.
Offside. Deep. Penalties refused.
So for the first time today, UCLA is on the Michigan side of the field.
That's only the 3rd 1st down.
Time remaining in the 1st quarter, 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
I will tell you this, I think McCann has looked a little bit sharper on this drive than he has in the first few.
Put the ball on the Michigan 48. Shotgun. Hand it off. Lewis. Turning back inside. Number 28 was the first man to get a piece of him, Anthony Jordan for the Wolverines. Nobody behind him. Backward pass. Foley Dixon wants to throw it. Gets it off. It's caught. Dubravak makes the catch down at the 15-yard line.
They worked on this play this week. Somebody at practice put it on the internet. Bob Toledo told us we're going to run it anyway, even if they know it's coming. Foley Dixon, 6'5". Everybody knows Freddie Mitchell can throw it, but how about Foley? So Foley puts it right out there. Perfect pass, almost a touchdown, and he'd been able to turn the corner. He had people flying at him too, Keith. Showed a lot of poise. Actually threw the ball while he was falling backwards.
And it's first. Lewis up the middle. Spytek made the first hit on him. Lewis running it, shook one, cuts back inside of maybe the 7-yard line as Brackens and Spytek bring him down. In at quarterback, they've got an option package with him. He turns, he gives the ball away to Deshaun Foster, and whistles were sounding before the ball was snapped, I believe.
They ought to look for their tight end down here.
That's Freddie Mitchell in motion. Ken gets it off in a hurry, and it's dropped. You got your tight end. Krishan had it on his hands and didn't reel it in. By Chris Griffith, sophomore from Gardnerville, New York. Kicks in the air, and it's good. So the Bruins do get on the scoreboard. At 14:52 to go in the first half. It's now a 6-3 ball game. Michigan leading on a 100-degree day in Pasadena, California. Completed a lot of passes, but he's held up very well so far. Handed off to Thomas. Anthony, who had the 68-yard bolt for the touchdown, will pick up on that play about 5, and let's go to as he is indeed. Second down and 5 for Michigan. Ball is handed again to the tailback, and again the big guy found his way up to about the 29-yard line before Marcus Anderson and Kenyon Coleman can wrestle Anthony Thomas down. Didn't get it. Didn't get it. They got great penetration. Tony White was in there in a hurry along with Anthony Fletcher to punt it. He gets some air under this one. Max Manning up to the 25. Ricky's away from 1, away from 2. The third guy got him. He's going down. The ball was fumbled. Michigan recovers it at the 29-yard line of UCLA. Justin Fargas knocked the ball out.
California guy, one of the top 2 running backs, broke his leg, fights back to play again. Now watch his right arm. He rattles, pulls it out of there. Watch this. Just strips it away from Manning. He does that on pure strength.
And Michigan now playing a lot of people on a hot day. Navarre back to throw. Goes to the end zone. Touchdown, David Terrell. 13-3. A brilliant reception and a very good pass equal 7 points. Justin Fargas knocked the ball away from Ricky Manning. Wolverines recovered it and then cashed in on the pass to David Terrell when the frost comes.
And his pom-pom.
And remember Pudge. Ball goes back, whipped to the sideline. And Terrell makes the catch, but he's just short of the marker, and it'll be a yard to go. And Jermaine Gonzalez, another freshman, waiting for his chance to play. So they're pretty deep at tailback and also at quarterback. With Drew Henson probably coming back against the Illini next week down in Champaign. That's Chris Perry carrying the ball. 7-yard line. Handed off to the tailback. This is Chris Perry, a freshman from Advance, North Carolina. 228 pounds, a thump. He's going to be a good one. Navarre's pass right on the hands again. Benny Japrou, the tight end, makes the catch, picks up the first down, moved the chains for the Wolverines, which was the last team to defeat two top three teams in a regular season. The answer is
Fighting Irish.
Notre Dame. 1993, they beat Florida State and Michigan. Second down and 4. And penalty flags. As the ball comes to the line of scrimmage, very little gain on the play by Askew. He's a sophomore out of Cincinnati. Intercepted, no. Dropped right on the hands of Jason Zdenek, and he had an awful lot of hot air and Santa Ana wind in front of him, but cleared the line of scrimmage. There wasn't anybody to get a hold of it.
Don't forget the fact that UCLA had a punt return for a touchdown called back. Otherwise, this would be a 13-10 game.
So they run the clock out, and they head for their respective locker rooms, and probably as cool as they dare make it, waiting for them.
Has given them a lot of breaks here. As a matter of fact, they dropped 6 passes. They have 2 fumbles, 4 penalties. If you go down the bottom, time of possession is the big difference here. And right now, UCLA's defense starting to show it a little bit, showing a little bit of fatigue at the end of that first half. But the defense for the Bruins played well other than 2 big plays.
Holding onto the ball is going to be a mandate for the second half.
Well, the fumbles hurt us, obviously, and we turned it over, and then they scored on the first play on a pass. So, yeah, we got to hold on to the football. It's one of the keys to this game, and we got to score some points.
Final question, will we see a quarterback change, you think, in the second half?
Probably not. I'm going to let Ryan see if he can get this thing done.
When Ricky Manning gets stripped here on a return by Justin Fargas, who just rips the ball out of there, and then Michigan makes him pay right away. Navarre goes high to Terrell, and watch Terrell go over the short corners and make that catch. But for UCLA, we talked about it. They've been putting the ball on the ground, 2 fumbles. They've dropped balls all day, 4 on offense, 2 that
couldn't have been very encouraging. Freddie Mitchell now becomes part of the story as he comes inside, but goes the other way to Paulie Dixon. And Brian will get it out across the 25 to the 26, where Brackens makes the tackle on him. Comes in to replace him. He's number 63. UCLA is 0 for 8 today on third downs. It's 3rd and 4. Ball thrown to the sidelines, and they finally convert one. Mitchell makes the catch. And they can move the chains after that one. He caught it in front of Todd Howard. Been a couple of... And on first down from the 32. Can still got it. Wants to go down the middle, and he does too long. Double coverage down there, too, and there's a penalty flag thrown.
and then holding the receiver on the other one.
Yep. It could be a double foul, and Wisconsin comes back to beat Cincinnati with a field goal in overtime. Holding against Michigan, roughing the passer.
Well, here they're working on Paulie Dixon. Again, you got a size differential, and so they mug him coming off the line. He lost a step and said, hey, I'm grabbing Jersey. You know, it's better to take the penalty than to give up a touchdown. And then
your local listings. Second down and 7 for the Bruins. Midfield. McCann runs away from a little bit of pressure. Now pulls it down. He's got some blocking. And he is finally knocked out of bounds. Pursuing and knocking him out is Evan Coleman. Gets it here. Cuts it back. Picks up his first down. That was a good cut back. And he'll move it down to the Wolverine 41 inside. McCann's pass is caught. Mitchell came back to get it. It was a terrible pass under pressure. The Michigan man ran too far underneath it. The ball floated over his head, and LeSueur couldn't reach it.
Ball slips out of his hand and is just flying out here. Now here comes LeSueur, 21, breaking on the ball, saying, I've got the pick, but it just continues to float over his head. And there's Freddie. Freddie says, hey, hold on here. I've got the first down, and they move the chains. But then
a first down. Well, a little bit of luck there for UCLA. Deshaun Foster. And again, he gets a rather decent run out of it. By the yards after contact, and you got a Michigan man down on the play. Foster's a little deeper out of this formation. Bennett in on the short yardage option play, and Drew Bennett is belted, but he picks up the first down. Deshaun Foster on a little delay, gets loose inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Charles Drake finally locked his legs and brought him down. Foster again on a sweep. Has some room. Touchdown. Uremius Stansbury, the fullback, led him into the end zone. A 3-point ball game. Michigan 13, UCLA 10 with 10. Well, the Bruin partisans pretty happy about the way things are going at the moment. Coming off an 80-yard march for a touchdown, their first of the day. Now they will kick it away. And a man who has provided some excitement in this old stadium, Bo Schembechler, out here to watch the Wolverines play.
Nice to be here. Came at the wrong time, though. He just drove on us and scored.
Yeah, but that's why we asked you to come over here, to give us some wisdom.
It's your kind of football game.
Well, don't get the idea I was coaching in the first half because I wasn't.
You love these defensive games, don't you?
Bo Schembechler, of course, the winningest coach in Michigan history, and this is a pivotal series now, I would think, wouldn't you, Bo, for UCLA?
Well, I think our quarterback's going to have to start hitting some passes here, and we started to establish a running game, but we don't. Then toward the end of the half, we kind of waned a little. Now UCLA's running the ball, and that's what you'd have to worry about. Your defensive linemen are out of it. This is a key play.
Yeah, losing Eric Wilson's a big factor, no question about it. 3rd down and 6 now for Michigan. Navarre back to throw. Time gets it away and missed his people. He threw right in between the two receivers. Nobody was close to the ball. He was getting pressure from Dave Ball. Bo, you've been here so many times over your 21 years, including not only some regular season play, but the Rose Bowl as well. There's some stadiums that are hard to play in and some stadiums that are not so hard to play in. This would seem like it'd be a kindly place.
This is the greatest stadium outside of Ann Arbor to play in. I love to come out here, although it also has given me my worst record.
We're talking to Bo Schembechler, who coached for 21 years at the University of Michigan. The ball is thrown underneath Deshaun Foster out of the backfield. And the Michigan defense is up to the challenge. It's 3 and out for the UCLA Bruins. When they freed the arms of the big fat guys, it made it a different game.
They sure did. It sure did. I never heard it described that way, but you are absolutely right.
So he kicks it out of bounds. No return for the Wolverines, but handled him pretty well the last time. Navarre rolls out and throws down the middle for Terrell. He's got it. Terrell is at the 20 and out of bounds. David Terrell getting loose from 2 defenders.
Right after him, too. They're making Navarre say, hey, come on, beat me. They've got him bracketed in the zone now. Watch this. Marcus Anderson has him there, but they outrun him. And then here comes the safety. They try to move him. He just kind of circles.
Terrell's second big play of the ball game. This is Anthony Thomas. And he thunders over the right side to reach the 14-yard line. Well, Thomas, 15 carries. He's got 102 yards today and a touchdown. And he's got the ball again. And he's banging away, running right over the left side, guard position. Anthony Fletcher there to wrestle him down. And he's a yard short of his first down.
Anthony Thomas over 100 yards for 65 yards. He's over 105 now, but he's averaging over 6 yards a carry thanks to that big run.
He's working behind those 2 big old linemen, too. Goes again. That's the first down. Brought down by Marcus Anderson. Place him. He is a veteran senior player. Started the season with a sprained ankle, but his playing time has grown over the last couple of weeks. On 1st and goal, they hand the ball off to Chris Perry. Perry circles the corner and scores.
This, they say, let's get to the corner. Let's try to break containment. All of a sudden, boom, get it to him quickly.
They run the tight end out there. They seal the corner, and now they make a lane for him. Marcus Anderson coming out of his safety position, didn't get over quick enough, dives at his feet, and can't get it. But look at the way he turns the corner, shows his balance and the quickness to get to the outside. Offensive possession for UCLA is huge. I mean, they have to have a feeling of urgency. Still plenty of time to play, not only in the third quarter, but in the game.
But kind of things, the electricity of the kick return, because there is some magic in that little moment. And when you don't get it very often, I think it tends to drag you down a little bit, making that perhaps first snap. 10-point lead, 20-10. Now it's up to the Bruins to respond. McCann back, goes to the sideline. He's got his man, and it's good for a first down. Just across the 30-yard line, Freddie Mitchell in front of James Whitley.
Raised up, hey, you know, you're the best, and because you work harder than anybody. And as long as you have that mentality, hey, you should succeed. And I pump that into the other players' head too. You know, I want them. I say, Paulie, it ain't a play that you say, well, Freddie can have the ball this time, or Deshaun can have the ball. You want the ball all the time.
Freddie Mitchell, 6 catches and 79 yards today, and all 6 receptions resulting in first down. Just thrown to the outside, got a block over there, and that's close to another first down to Mitchell.
Watch this. He gets it out to him right now. 2 steps forward, go back, get the ball. Now watch his explosion here when he finds a blocker and tries to explode right off his hip. And then he reaches for the first down, coming up just short. Get the first, keep the drive alive, and let's move the chains.
Hands in there. That's exactly what he does, and I don't know if he made it or not. He only needed a couple of inches. All he had to do was just get on somebody's back pocket and ride them. And after an 80-yard march for their first touchdown of the day, McCann runs away from the pressure, throws the ball down the field, and the pass is intercepted.
No, he's out of bounds.
They're going to say he's out of bounds.
Well, he made that call immediately, too. Yep. For him to throw, and he never comes off his receiver, so he's leading the defensive back right to the ball, which gives the DB the advantage. He was in bounds, too. UCLA gets a break.
First step, though. Didn't he go out on the first step?
Watch Curry. Let's see which foot comes down.
And from the 41, second down, and this time the ball's got some air under it, and it is caught. And the receiver, Mitchell, is just belted, but he pops right up and romps back in, and Curry laid a lick on Mitchell. But
4 receptions, 108 yards. He made a couple like this, even threw a touchdown. This is great concentration. He knows the safety's coming. He knows the safety's going to lay a lick on him. But the first thing he does is he gets the ball, makes the catch. He's now over 100 yards in reception alive because the Bruins might have gotten a favorable call here. Here's the pass. Here comes Curry in the white jersey, number 26. He's got the ball now. Left foot is in.
Pressure coming. Pass is incomplete. And it was Hobson putting him on his back. Third down. McCann goes, and it is caught. Caught by Mike Seidman. Oh, he had it. He got away. He pulled it back, controlled it, and picks up a first down at the Michigan 20-yard line. The highway. McCann back, wants to go into the end zone. When he's got a man wide open. Touchdown, Brian Paulie-Dixon.
Brandon Williams right out of his shoe.
Chris Griffith now for the extra point. Their second 80-yard drive of the third quarter. The first one went 14 plays, and it's back to 3.
They tried to get a mismatch with Paulie-Dixon, 6'5" against Whitley, 5'11". They didn't need it. The reason is because of his move. He came inside, went back outside, and the ball was perfectly thrown. You saw Whitley go down at the goal line, and he was missing his shoe. He gets faked right out of his shoe. But look at this, strong drive to the middle, then give him the little head fake, and boom, he's gone. He says, if I'm even, I'm leaving, and the ball's waiting for him in the end zone. That UCLA had to score by the end of the third quarter. Now the defense has to rise to the occasion, and the pressure falls on that guy, John Navarre.
And the ball to Thomas, big hole up the middle. And it's Marcus Anderson that meets him head on and brings him down just short of the 30-yard line. Bruins got 8 men up there again. They're going after Thomas. They miss him. And he'll pick up the first down. It was Chris Perry picking up the first down, not Thomas. It's Perry. I told you he was a load. He's just getting involved now. He's got a first down. That's Anthony Thomas, and he just wraps both arms around it and keeps pounding.
Well, they got.
They'll keep pounding. Perry back in the backfield, and it looks like a first down. That's Bellamy in motion. Back to that tailback. This time,
But Thomas is the most distinctive linebacker for the Bruins, especially
quarter. 20-17, Michigan leading. Michigan with the ball. Second down and 12. Big play for the Wolverines. It's a first down with Anthony Thomas rolling again. Now, third and 10. It's third and 7. Third and about 7. Lamar back. No pressure on him. The pass to the sidelines, thrown high and hard and incomplete. Marquise Walker could not reel it in. He's 6'3". The ball really had some sizzle on it. His career long is 56. On the way. Missed it. Missed it right.
and the UCLA defense held him to zip.
So that's like a drink of cool water as the Bruins take over the football with good field position. 13:36 to play in the game. Second down and 6. It's Foster. And Foster gets up to the 36-yard line. 3 right here. Passes away, got his man. That's Freddie Mitchell, and Freddie Mitchell is right on the marker. Is there a flag down there in the midst of the melee?
All in the Legion. Sounds like a sitcom.
It might be. Jermaine Lewis out of the backfield, but he gets the pass away to Gabe Krishon, the tight end, and Krishon will have a first down for the Bruins. Eric Brackens was the man who got all over Ryan McCann, but arrived that made it a 20-17 ball game. He was 5 out of 7 for 74 yards and the touchdown. So first down from just over midfield. The pass is away, drilled into Brian Poley-Dixon. And I mean, that one had some sauce on it. And it was Lewis. Back in the backfield again. Little delay, and it is Jeremiah Stansberry fumbles the football, and Michigan's got it. Oh, going to throw it. And it is incomplete.
Clip and don't let the ball hit the ground.
High kick. Good one. Manning. Oh, nice play downfield by Justin Fargas.
And I want to tell you, they have done that so far. 72 yards rushing for UCLA, and that's it.
Bruins start at their own 15-yard line. Deshaun Foster, and he gets about 8 yards on the carry behind the blocking of Jeremiah Stansberry. Got a first down on that carry. Lunging forward in the grass with Hobson and Boebert. But it's a long way down there. Pressure coming from the backside. Passes away. His man's wide open. It's Freddie Mitchell. And Mitchell is out of bounds at midfield.
And now Freddie goes back and slaps him 5. But look at him. He's waiting. And finally he sees the arms of Freddie back there by himself. Freddie Mitchell makes the catch and then gets out of bounds, stops the clock at 8:24, and immediately went over.
caught 10 for 138 yards. It's Foster.
Look out.
Deshaun Foster brought down by Jeremy LeSueur.
Been a tough go for him this afternoon, but watch, this play is designed to go to the right. It's a sweep. All of a sudden, he starts cutting back against the grain, and it's like running downhill because these guys now are coming hard at him, and he's already by him. Not enough left in the tank to outrun some of these guys, but by going against the grain all the way back across the field, Michigan ran themselves out of the play.
And 20. Foster 87 for the game. Jermaine Lewis is the deep back. Lewis with fresh legs working his way up the middle. And he's still going, and he's still going. He's inside the 10-yard line. Another first down for UCLA. He broke the tackle of Victor Hobson. First and goal at the Michigan 8-yard line. Foster is back in there. He's got the ball. Running to the right side. Michigan trying to trail him. Miss him, and finally get him. Two Wolverines were trying to pick him up from the backside, but it was Curry who finally brought him down. Oh, from the 2-yard line. Stansbury. No, it is. Yes, it is. Aremia Stansbury. Touchdown. McCann rolling. The ball was put in the belly of Foster, then taken out, and Aremia Stansbury sliding out to the left side was the man that was open. Drew Bennett, the holder. Ball got away on a bad snap. The snap from Grau didn't come back clean, came back very low, and Bennett never got a handle on it and couldn't put it down for the point. And so the point goes awry.
Down inside the 5 where UCLA likes to run. So instead of running, they break tendency and they go play action. Here comes Stansbury, makes the catch and crawls it in. And it's 23-20 UCLA.
Navarre. They reverse it with Fargas. And Fargas will pick up a pretty good chunk. About 9 yards before. This is Anthony Thomas. They finally get him out of bounds. Inside the 20-yard line, Ricky Manning knocked him out.
It's outside. All right, he breaks containment. And now number 12 there chasing him is Jason Bell. And Jason Bell can't catch him. Ricky Manning's got a pursuit angle and a lot of speed and finally gets over there and cuts him off. But this is tremendous speed from a guy you think of as a power back.
Crucial time in the ball game for the Wolverines. First down at the 15 and stay with him. Chris Perry in at the tailback spot right now. I'll tell you what, with Perry's size, they don't lose a whole lot. He's a little bit bigger. Ball is on the 10-yard line where it's second down and 5 for Michigan. Perry again. And they stop him just short of his first down marker.
First, look out.
It's Perry, and they hit him in the backfield. Knock him all the way back to the 10-yard line. It was Robert Thomas who put a hat on him.
And Williams, they've got to penetrate. They've got to give the linebacker a shot. Now watch the blue jerseys. They win the line of scrimmage. Then here comes your linebacker through the gap, and Thomas makes the play. Terrific stand there by UCLA.
And here comes the Michigan field goal. Try to tie.
Just barely.
Just barely. Kicks up. Plenty of leg. And he missed it! As Epstein misses the field goal try from Jeremy Miller. Hold looks all right, though.
But it threw the timing off just enough. Ball's on the ground. He's already stepped, Keith. See, then he had to pull up. It threw his rhythm off.
From 24 yards, he misses it. He's 0 for 2 in field goals today, and is 2 out of 3 on points after. So he's had a tough day. Foley Dixon to the bottom of the picture. Freddie Mitchell at the top of the picture. lets it go. He's throwing for Coley Dixon, and he's out of bounds. And a penalty flag.
Interference. Well, that's the thing they've got to decide, but they made the call. Moot point. Saying Whitley was riding him. Watch number 5. There's a mismatch in size. They try to throw it high. There's the contact, forcing him out of bounds. Yeah, that ball was catchable if he wasn't pushed.
Huge flag.
Is it ever? Look at him riding him all the way out of bounds. Well, you know what? He's so far out of bounds, I'm not sure it was catchable.
The foul for defensive pass interference is going to be picked up. It's ruled that the ball is uncatchable.
That's what I thought.
Bob Toledo now is furious.
Good kick. Runs him back to the 30, back to the 28. Now he's got some daylight. All the way back to the UCLA 39-yard line. Fixie, the punter, made the tackle.
Good on this play. Great kick. Drives him back. Now the wall sets. Look at all the white jerseys getting their wall set up. Mike Seidman can't hold on to him. He misses it. Ryan Neese misses it. And then here comes Fitzke, the kicker, and Fixie makes the tackle. So he gave him a great punt, and then he saved the touchdown.
Second down and 10. Thomas, double reverse. This is Terrell coming this way. And Terrell will run it down to the 25-yard line for a Michigan first down. Second half.
Sure has. This becomes a pretty big second down and long.
Second down and 10. Gonna run it. And Thomas is walloped right on the 25-yard line by Marcus Anderson and Robert Thomas. Third and 9 now. Down the middle, intercepted by UCLA's Jason Stevens. And down at the 38-yard line.
They bring Jason Stevens in the nickel situation. But the ball was thrown to the middle of the field, and I'm telling you, Navarre never saw it. Here comes Stevens, reads it all the way, just playing center field, and makes the pick. Jason Stevens, when he comes in that nickel situation, moves to that safety, and he played it well there. That ball was almost thrown. It was like he was the intended receiver.
Thomas for the Michigan Wolverines. Thomas, 24 carries, 182 yards. I didn't think something like that was possible on a hot day like this, but he did it. Ryan McCann, you talk about a heroic effort. 21 out of 39, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Michigan hammered him all day.
Terrific, gutsy performance by McCann. And this after he had some hardships early on. He wasn't sharp in that first half. Toledo could have really yanked him, but he didn't. UCLA better not get this premature celebration. They better get rid of that last 121.
Ain't over.
Amen.